We've been using the Sennheiser EWG2 and EWG3 mics for our entire YouTube career for the most part. And one thing that we dislike about them is if both Chelsea and I are on camera, we have to have two receivers attached to the camera, piped in through a Y cable, so the whole thing ends up being kind of clunky. Saramonic approached us and asked us if we were interested in testing out their new UX9 system, which allows you to have two transmitters, two microphones, and a single receiver, which means for travel projects like our Wanderlust project, Justin, the cameraman, will have much less to carry. He'll just be able to put a single receiver on the camera and it will be able to receive signals from both those mics. Right now, we're running the Sennheiser mics versus the Saramonic mics, Sennheiser mics versus the Saramonic mics side by side so that we can listen to them and see if there's a noticeable difference in sound quality. Side by side so that we can listen to them and see if there's a noticeable difference in sound quality. Functionally, we haven't seen a big difference in how we actually use them. The mics screw on just like the Sennheiser mics. They use AA batteries, which is nice because those are readily available, and when you're out in the field you can just toss out your old batteries and put some new ones in without much delay. The Saramonics do have Sennheiser style screw-on microphones, but oddly when we put our Sennheiser mics in them, they don't work. We can only get the Saramonic mics to work, though the Saramonic mics do work in the Sennheisers. So we've been trying them out for months now, and you know, it's positive and negative. First, compared to the Sennheisers, Justin found the sound wasn't quite as good, but you can listen to yourself and it probably won't make any difference because the sound is quite good. I will say they're a lot less expensive and that counts for a lot, but functionally they're missing a few things that we came to love about the Sennheisers. The first is the Sennheisers on the transmitters, that's the part that the talent wears. The transmitters show you the levels. These do not show you the levels on the transmitters, they only show you the levels on the receivers. And that's a problem because you need to separately see the levels on the transmitter and receiver if you're going to troubleshoot a problem. For example, when Chelsea and I were filming in Thailand, she was filming me and the sound just dropped out a couple of times. Sony sent Chelsea and I out to test out the A99 Mark II in Thailand. East. So normally what you would do is you would look at the body pack on the talent and see if it's dropping out there, and that might tell you that it's the microphone or a connection to the microphone. But if all you see is one set of levels, you don't know if it's the microphone, the pack, the connection between the camera and the transmitter, like there could have been a wireless interference connect problem. Anyway, we need that extra information for troubleshooting, and in the field, when you can't troubleshoot a problem like that, it can kind of be disastrous because you often have to move quick and you have a lot of people waiting on you when you're trying to film something. The other big problem that I have is you can mute it by pushing this button here, but there's not a physical switch, which means if I want to be confident that I've muted or unmuted myself, I have to pull the pack out and look at it. And that's okay for me right now because I just have the pack on a belt clip and it's easy for me to see and turn off. But especially with Chelsea, she'll often be wearing a dress or something and we'll have to hide the pack, or the mic will be run through a couple of layers of clothes and under a coat, and so the talent can't always get to the pack in order to see it. With the Sennheisers, there's a physical switch and I can just reach in, and as long as I can feel it, I can flip the switch and know that I'm muted. So to sum it up, we like the Saramonics. They're big, but they're inexpensive. They're generally pretty well made. They've been fairly reliable. They mean our cameraman has to carry less stuff, and we like that. So it's a mixed recommendation. Determine whether or not it's right for you. And in the meantime, we hope the next version of these will have a muting switch that will allow me to more freely run to the restroom. Thanks for sending them to us, Saramonic, and subscribe for more reviews, more video information about photography, tutorials, and things like that, and share it with your friends. Bye.